We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Gotaways, gun violence, government oversight, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. At least 6 additional items, including documents marked classified, were found by the FBI this past week at the Wilmington, Delaware home of President Biden. Bob Bauer, the president's personal attorney, said that during the 13-hour search, which took place on Friday, DOJ took possession of materials it deemed within the scope of its inquiry, including 6 items consisting of documents with classification markings and surrounding materials, some of which were from the president's service in the Senate, and some of which were from his tenure as vice president. White House sources told NBC News that the search was prompted not by the FBI, but at the behest of the Biden administration itself. The term items could mean that those 6 items included boxes with unknown numbers of documents in them. Meanwhile, the U.S. Justice Department resisted calls for oversight and said it is unlikely to share information with House committees about any ongoing investigations, according to a letter obtained by multiple outlets. Long-standing department policy prevents us from confirming or denying the existence of pending investigations in response to congressional requests or providing non-public information about our investigations, a DOJ official wrote. The letter came in response to requests from the GOP-led House and House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan to receive information on a variety of investigations, ranging from the DOJ's probe into Hunter Biden, as well as the ongoing investigations into the handling of classified documents by both President Biden and former President Donald Trump. It's important to remember that the DOJ has been proven to have lied to judges to obtain FISA warrants during their investigations of Trump, and oversight is required. An influx of immigrants from Cuba and Nicaragua in December resulted in the highest number of illegal border crossings during any month of President Biden's time in office, according to immigration officials. The massive wave of migrants reportedly occurred just prior to Biden signing legislation on January 5th to try and deter these illegal crossings. Officials said they stopped illegal crossings along the U.S.-Mexico border 251,487 times in December, a 7% increase from the 234,896 people stopped in November, and a 40% jump from December 2021. Cubans were stopped 43,000 times, and Nicaraguans were stopped more than 35,000 times, according to the data. Meanwhile, U.S. border agents have confirmed that 1.2 million illegal migrants got away from authorities while crossing the border under President Biden's administration. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, sources said they tracked hundreds of thousands of migrant encounters at the U.S.-Mexico border every month, but that stat does not include the number of known gotaways, or migrants who were detected by authorities but not apprehended. Since Biden entered office in January 2021, border crossings have exploded, and at least 1.2 million migrants successfully evaded authorities. The first half of Biden's 4-year term saw monthly border encounters rise from 101,000 in February 2021 to 251,000 in December 2022, according to CBP stats. Biden visited the border for the first time in his presidency in early January, but many border agents argued it was too little too late. The border crisis has drawn even staunch Democrats like New York City Mayor Eric Adams to criticize Biden's handling of the issue. Despite having the toughest gun control laws in the United States, at least 10 people were killed and 10 more injured during a mass shooting in a Los Angeles area ballroom dance club Saturday night, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The incident occurred in the LA neighborhood of Monterey Park around 10:30 p.m. when a gunman opened fire in the club following a celebration of the Chinese Lunar New Year. Police said the conditions of those injured ranged from stable to critical, but no further details have been provided. The suspect remains at large in what is one of the deadliest mass shootings in the history of California. The shooting was already the 5th in the U.S. this month. And Atlanta police have filed domestic terrorism and other charges against 6 people arrested at a violent Saturday protest against a planned police training facility. One of the suspects was from Georgia. The others were from Tennessee, Washington, Maine, and Michigan. It was peaceful, but there were some individuals within that crowd that meant violence, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens said on CBS's Face the Nation. Protesters had called for a night of rage. Most of them traveled into our city to wreak havoc, Dickens said. Dickens was among the members of the city council who approved the $90 million 85-acre training center known as Cop City in 2021. An activist was fatally shot in a confrontation with police trying to clear the site last week. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.